People used to say that sustainable development or sustainable economic development was an oxymoron. I think that's rubbish. I think that development now has to be sustainable or it just shouldn't happen.
The natural step. The reason the natural step isn't better known here is because currently the only natural step organization in the U.S. is located in Portland, Oregon. The natural step is a framework of principles grounded in natural science that over the past 20 years have gained worldwide acceptance. The natural step principles serve as a guide for businesses, communities, educators, governments, and individuals on the path towards sustainable development. The first step of the natural step principles reminds us that in a sustainable society, nature is not subject to systematically increasing concentrations of substances extracted from the Earth's crust. The second step reminds us that in a sustainable society, nature is not subject to systematically increasing concentrations of substances produced by society. The third step reminds us that in a sustainable society, nature is not subject to increasing degradation by physical means. And the fourth step reminds us that in a sustainable society, people are not subject to conditions that systematically undermine their capacity to meet their needs. The three small businesses we'll visit next offer perspectives on the steps we can all take to become more sustainable.
Any way that we can be off the grid or not using petroleum is our objective. We are currently collecting waste vegetable oil from restaurants, local restaurants. We take the waste vegetable oil that has all the little bits and pieces of food and such in it, and then we'll take that, heat it, and then filter it to get rid of the particulate. And then at that point, it's ready to be burned. And we just fill up our tanks, and our trucks are converted so that they can use that vegetable oil. And that's as simple as it gets.
Patricia Uber founded her company, TerraClean, based on research that demonstrated a successful cleaning business could operate free from dependence on fossil fuels. Not only do the TerraClean trucks run on vegetable oil, so do the engines that run the powerful water heating and vacuum components of the cleaning system. In addition to running her machinery on vegetable oil, Patricia is particularly proud of the quality of work her teams are able to deliver using non-toxic, bio-based, all-purpose cleaners. Patricia's use of natural, bio-based cleaning products is based on her answers to three basic questions. First, and most important, does it work well? Second, how far does the product travel from manufacturer to the grocery store? And third, are the values of the manufacturer in line with the TerraClean philosophy of not using any toxic substances in the product? Any homeowner can apply these same basic questions when shopping for sustainable cleaning products.
Liz refers to the cars as mobile hazardous waste generators, and it was important to us to find ways to improve that, to change the culture, the automotive culture.
Jim Hauser is the owner of Hawthorne Auto Repair. Jim spends a great deal of time and effort doing everything he can to operate his business in an environmentally sustainable way. He's probably one of the few auto shop owners in the country who would welcome seeing fewer cars on our streets and highways.
One of the things we've discovered is that as we change in one area, like doing away with solvents, we increase problems in other areas. The hot water parts washer takes electricity.
That's right. Hawthorne Auto no longer cleans greasy car parts with petroleum-based solvents. Instead, they use a hot water parts cleaner that does just as good a job and works much like a dishwasher. They also invested in a machine which replaces Freon with CFC-free, environmentally friendly refrigerant. And these days, those ubiquitous plastic one-quart oil bottles are a thing of the past at Hawthorne. since Jim restored an old-fashioned oil dispenser known as an Airboy.
There isn't anyone who says, I'm looking forward to spending more on gasoline. I really think it's important that I keep the Middle East oil flowing. The big arguments are safety, that these big vehicles are safer. To which I respond, well, look how safe a TriMet bus is. If you want safe, you know, short of a locomotive, nothing's going to tip that puppy over.
While Portland is ranked number 20 behind cities like New York, Boston, and San Francisco in regional public transportation ridership, it is ranked number 1 in number of electric cars used for pizza delivery. Dave Yutkin and Hot Lips Pizza have become national celebrities of late because of their sustainable practices, such as using local-grown foods and using electric cars to deliver their pizzas.
These are organic onions. We have local mushrooms over here. Sam is prepping up local shiitake mushrooms. We also have local asparagus here. I think early on I realized that shipping water was not an environmentally friendly thing to do. It burned up a lot of fossil fuel.
These are local shiitake mushrooms that are grown on a 0.4 acre farm here within the city limits of Portland.
If I could buy local produce, not only was I shortening up the food mile, but I was pumping dollars into the local economy and sourcing food that was grown for its flavor and not for its shipping qualities.
This is really cool lettuces that we get from Canby, Oregon, from Sheldon and Carroll with Your Kitchen Garden. And this variety right here, you can see from the shape, is called Fingers.
We're taking local wheat from our local wheat farmers. He makes up a big batch of dough.
We asked Dave, what came first, Dave? Great pizza or sustainability?
I think great pizza came first. And sustainability, fortunately, is linked with great pizza. And I think our pizza has gotten better since we've embraced sustainability.